Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of my Grand Arena. This time we are up against someone called Mojo2. So just to go through their profile, obviously this is the setup video, so we are going to go into a little bit of detail about what tunes they have, kind of what we think they're going to do and what we are going to do. We are actually going to set our defences at the same time. So if I go on the inventory, just as a comparison, they do have a lot more relics than me. We have more G12s, but they do have a lot more geared up characters overall. I also think they have a few more relics than me. Not relics, sorry, Zetas. So, just going off his general profile anyway, the one thing that makes me a little bit nervous is his lifetime score. So he's over 270,000. I am nowhere near that. I think this guy's played it a lot longer than I have. He hasn't bloated out his GP. He must be very methodical with it, and it makes me worried about his mods that he's got on his characters because they're probably really well modded. I think like this Han Solo, let's have a look, like 112 speed on that Han Solo. He's going to be well modded. These tunes are. I had a look online, and unfortunately, he doesn't have a profile on Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.gg. Unfortunately, and his past opponents I couldn't find either, so I couldn't look at anything to see what he does set on defense or what he does for offense. So we kind of are going in this blind. So instead, I've come up with this sheet. So as you can see here, I've kind of gone through his roster and broken it down a little bit into what I think he will be using. So these are the teams on the left. So as you can see, I think he's going to be using on. We'll go through the defense first anyway. I think he's going to go for his Geos, his 3 relic Geos on defense. I think he has a Shark T Gear 11 with 2. I think he's going to put it with 2 of the 501st. They're about Gear 8, but they are modded as well. That is the thing. So I think he's going to put them as a defense team. He has his Rebels. His Akbar lead will be with Biggs, and I think it'll be with Ezra. He has 4 Phoenix that are leveled up, and I assume that Ezra will go in that squad as he's Gear 10. He has only 3 First Order team, and one of them is a G12 Kylo Ren with a Zeta. Clear as day that's going on defense. He also has Night Sisters, my bane of my life at the minute. He has a Zombie, Daka, and a Sarge. They range Gear 10 to Gear 8. They're clearly another defensive team. He has a weak Phoenix team, like I said before. He has some at Gear 8. I assume from when I go through his offense, like with how many tunes he's got, that these will be a defense team. I also think that he's going to have a Dooku-led G10 with these leftover Geos. He's got 1 at G12 and 1 at G11. I think that'll be another defense team. And then also he does have some leftover bounty hunters, which are around G8, G9, which I think he will set because he's quite high scoring as well, and he's doing really well. He's just outside the top 100 currently. I think he doesn't go too heavy on defense, but I think he will put the Geos on the defense and the Shark T that's Zated. On his offense, I think he's going to be using the Vader he's got with Palp and Thrawn. I think also the Han, Chewie and CLS. I think these, especially the Han and Chewie, I think he will be looking to gain banners maybe with the Han and Chewie and underman a couple of battles. He has that Bosk Relic 3. So this is the debate. I thought one of these teams is going to be on defense. It's either going to be the Bosk Relic 3 or it's going to be the Geos that are relicked. I don't think both will be on defense. I think one of them will be on defense. I think one will be on offense, and I assume that he'll take the bounty hunters for offense. The next one is he has a Zated Bastilla lead Gear 9 with a G12 Yoda and a G8 Jolie that's got a Zeta, so he will be looking for revives. He has a G11 Treya with both Zetas. He has a Bastilla with she's G12 with a Zeta, and he has a Nihilus at Gear 8. I think that'll just be another plug-in just to get one of my easier teams out. And then the last one I think that I'll have on offense is the Kenobi G9, the Anakin G11 and the R2 G8. I think I've only chose 6 teams currently because I can't figure out what else he'd use unless he's really going to underman a section. The only thing that we can think of that he might do is he might sandbag a front zone. So for example, he might sandbag the front bottom zone, then just put absolute trash behind it. That is always a possibility. But in this next match, we're going to go through the same kind of theory of what we did the last match. And one thing I nearly forgot is his fleet. So he has the two main capital ships that he uses is Executrix and Home 1. His Home 1 is the one that he uses in the fleet arena. I think the Home 1 will be the one that he uses on offense. He does have the Relic Hound's Tooth. He has a Millennium Falcon and Biggs in that fleet arena team. So I think that'll be his offense team. I think his defense is going to be his Executrix, which isn't great, but he does have a G11 Tarkin. He doesn't have all the prestige abilities like leveled up as much as he can, but I think it'll be Geo led. And then we'll go into our defense and offense and how we're going to counter them. So we are gonna in a second. So we are gonna flip back over to the screen to show you what we are rocking with today. So yeah, we're going to enter it. So my plan of action really is to kind of go in. It's like the last game. I'm going to try and draw out some of these stronger tunes that he's got. So for the top zone, we are going to go with. I will show you. We're going to go with the Bastilla lead again. So the Bastilla with Jolie and Ezra. They're going to go in the top zone, and then we're also going to set the CLS in this top one with Han and R2. And then in the bottom zone, we are going to go with our Bosk. I don't see Bosk being viable for me on offense at the minute. I don't think he will be beneficial for me this round. I'd rather just put him out there, make him draw out, whether it draws out the Vader team or the CLS team that he's got, and he has to use all three because he's a little bit worried about it. I'd rather that happen. So I'm going to put that on defense, and I'm also setting on the front my Phoenix that I just G8. But then the back, this is where we are going to go a little bit heavy. We are going to do, again, like I said before, we're going to do what we did last time. We are going to put this team on the back. We're going to put the Geo with the Geo Soldier and the Poggle. And then also, we are going to set this team, the Nuke Gunray with the Sunfac and the Geo Spy. That is a hard team to get through. It's quite notorious, actually, in Grand Arena. Nuke Gunray lead is ridiculous. And then the last one that we are putting on defense was this little Rebel squad at the bottom. So that is all our tunes on. We're just going to put in the fleet. So on the fleet defense, because we know that he's got that Rebel ship, and I think that's the Rebel ship that he's going to attack with. I assume he isn't sandbagging that much because he has that many points. He's clearly full cleared a lot of people, won a lot of matches. So we are going to put on defense the Executrix, and I'm going to put it on with Hound's Tooth, my TIE Advanced. Then we were going to put in the, I think it was actually the Ghost on my sheet. Yeah, it's the Ghost. We're going to put the Ghost in. Then we're going to put in these Galactic Republic ships to back it up. And lastly, it was this one. So it's a little bit scarier. And then I'll talk you through the offense now. So with that all set anyway, in terms of offense, we are going with this one over here. So we're taking in our Palp with Vader and Wat Tambor. Reasons for this is they're valuable, that with their plug and play we can kind of see what they're doing with them, and I feel like that combination has the potential to take out any of his team. So if he put his strongest team on defense, this combination has the potential to take that out no matter what. Plus, also, Vader is a lot better on offense and defense. He's not very good when the mechanics of the game take over rather than someone actually handling him. We also have down here, again, a couple of plug-in characters that I've got. I've got my Thrawn and I've got my Tarkin. These are going to be assessed on the day when we see what he's actually got, whether we can underman a Vader squad and plug one of them down there, or vice versa. It's completely dependent. Like before in the past, we've used First Order Officer with Thrawn to take out a G6 Grievous. Like there's lots of possibilities with this team, and I feel like the Thrawn especially can plug into any squad that's needed. The next one is the Padme. This one again is just good for me on offense. It's quite strong against most of his teams, like his Shark T team. I know she's got both Zetas on, but this team is a lot more would dominate over that one as such. And And then the next 3 we've got, as you can see, is my first order. So I'm saving all of them for offense now. I think that keeping them all on offense gives me a lot more viability for different strategies and different tactics, because now I do have a level 7-star Sith Trooper, especially that is also plug in with Palp and Vader at the top. The Kylo Ren can go in solo against a lot of trios and wreck them. Like, we have a lot of possibilities here. Also, having the Hux lead with the Zeta now, and him up to G12 and have a lot of viability actually helps us. So again, these 9 toons here are very much going to be situational on the day. And then the last squad we've got is Revan. Revan with Yoda and Old Ben. Another team that I can clear up most with. Like, these will probably go against his Night Sisters. I've already kind of pre-planned in my head that this is the team that we need to take out Night Sisters with, just to ensure that we get max banners as well. So yeah, so that is everything set for this Grand Arena. The match will be coming up a few hours after this video is released. Any comments on this video, if you can, save them for the next video and let me know on there when I actually attack. Hopefully we'll see my plan and my research has come good, and we will see a team that I kind of think that we're going to go against. If we don't, we will have to change strategies and see how we go. So if you did tune in, thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the next video.